You're watching 48 Fastcast.
Hey y'all, welcome into our 48 Fastcast. Happy Friday. A little bit of a rainy start, but we're keeping on the positive side this morning because tomorrow, mostly sunny Saturday. Hallelujah.
Yes, we finally get a decent weekend day, and oddly enough, the last day of the month of May coming for your Saturday. And Saturday, well, it's just going to be mostly sunny. Temps in the low 80s, a little bit breezy, but not as humid. We get right to the radar. It's been a pretty active morning. Now, so far, all of these showers and clusters of storms have behaved themselves and stayed below severe criteria. We'll continue to watch the trends here as we go through the next couple of hours, but any storms that get more organized, like this one that moved through parts of Middle Tennessee earlier this morning, could produce not only the frequent lightning threat, potentially some hail and maybe some gusty winds. But there's just a ton of moisture out here. We have a cold front that's going to be moving across the Tennessee Valley over the next couple of hours, and that's where you're seeing this development of the new showers and storms coming ahead of that cold front into Morgan, Lawrence County, portions of Limestone County too, tracking out toward the Harvest Monrovia area. So your chance of storms is from now through about 10 a.m. in this area in red, and then from well, what was 6 a.m. to about the noon hour for this area in yellow. Claudia.
This is your 48 First Alert Road Report, sponsored by Bankston Motorhomes.
Taking a look at our roads, we begin in Madison at I-565. You can see traffic is moving along nicely. It has been a really quiet and slow morning traffic-wise. No wrecks, no significant slowdowns to talk about or anything like that. Here's the traffic triangle, and you can see we're not seeing any slowdowns on 565, which is not normal. So definitely take advantage of it if you are heading out for your morning commute. The only thing that I wanted to point out that I've been watching is here in Huntsville. This is on Academy Drive. You can see there's a pretty significant slow stretch right there, down to about 7 miles per hour. This is right off of Maston Lake Road, so just be aware of that. Drive times right now still look good. Decatur to Huntsville 20 minutes, Athens to Huntsville 27. And we have breaking news this morning. One person has been shot and killed here in Huntsville. 48 Sarah Grace Kennedy joins us now live. She has been on the scene all morning. Sarah Grace, tell us what you know at this hour.
Well, I'm on Benford Drive here in Huntsville, where two people were shot this morning. One was pronounced dead at the scene, and the other was sent to Huntsville Hospital. We are still trying to figure out what the extent of that person's injuries were, and police tell me that they are still investigating and still determining who the suspect is. We will, of course, keep you updated as we find out more. I'm in Huntsville, Sarah Grace Kennedy, 48 on your side.
All right, Sarah Grace, thank you. All new this morning, a Florence mother is facing charges after police say she assaulted a child. This is according to our newspaper partners at the Times Daily. Ashley Crawley is facing 2 counts of child abuse in Lauderdale County. Police say she punched her 15-year-old daughter in the head and then dragged her from their car into the house. Officers also found welts on the legs of Crawley's 4-year-old daughter. According to the Daily, the alleged abuse happened because the girls did not help out in the kitchen. Crawley is being held in the Lauderdale County Jail on a $35,000 bond. Alabama's congressional delegation is expecting to hear soon whether Huntsville will be the new home of Space Command. The 4th and final government investigation into former President Biden's decision to override the Air Force's recommendation and keep it in Colorado was made public just yesterday. Congressman Dale Strong says the report pokes holes into that decision. Strong says it wasn't best for national security and it wasn't about the money. Huntsville offers lower cost across the board. Previous reports state that a move to the Rocket City would save taxpayers over $400 million. That report says that Biden's reason to keep Space Command at its temporary headquarters in Colorado was because it was already fully operational and he wanted to, quote, ensure peak readiness in the space domain, end quote. Strong says moving it would not affect readiness one bit.
The U.S. military is ready at every moment. So that is not even a case that can be debated. And that right there is in the testimony. Our thing that we're doing is this wait is a threat to national security. 4 years this has been talked about. We're ready for an award and we're ready to get moving forward, and Huntsville is up to the task. Our workforce is ready to roll.
The report also highlighted the current site as having a lack of space, staffing, and security. It also quotes defense officials saying the current situation in Colorado is not sustainable long term. Well, still to come, it was a record-breaking year for Navy recruiting, and recruiters expect next year to do the exact same. Why Huntsville is quickly becoming a Navy recruiting hotspot next. Welcome back into our 48 Fastcast. Over 40,000 people across the nation enlisted in the Navy last year, and that is a new record. Navy recruiters in Huntsville predict that the number will go up again this year. Navy recruiter Chief Jordan Clayton says that Huntsville is known to have a lot of Army service members. However, recently they've been able to recruit more people into the Navy. Back in April, it was Navy Week here in Huntsville. Stephanie Gaston, a Navy career counselor here in Huntsville, says they had many people interested in their branch after visiting schools and stores that week. Gaston says more people are enlisting than last year, and she says that they are not as focused on making sure that the Navy will fit their candidates' needs.
Down and speak with everybody and try to meet everyone's needs, try to see what it is they're interested in and what direction or what path they may want to take, just showing that we care and they're just not a number.
Right now, they are actively recruiting for positions in special warfare, nuclear, and medical fields. Eric?
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Eric Burke.
Well, good morning once again, everyone. Seeing new showers and no lightning developing. A couple strikes, but I mainly think that's with that storm that's tracking off to the north and east, even east of the Chattanooga metro area. But pockets of heavy rain possible as we go through the next couple of hours. I updated this graphic. Models just kind of going back and forth on if we're actually going to see additional storms developing through the rest of your morning into the very early afternoon. Changed up the model data, kind of has a slightly better grasp. This is mid-morning now, 9:30. This would be as the front itself is actually coming in. Chance for some gusty winds, some lightning, some hail. There's a very low-end tornado threat, but the faster the front comes through, the better off we are. And you look at your temperatures, we've got 66 in Lawrenceburg, low 70s everywhere else. Also seeing the dew points starting to fall and the wind becoming more westerly. We'll take on more of a northwesterly track as we go through the afternoon, and that will knock down our humidity substantially, but some winds could be gusty, maybe 20-25 miles per hour. Just looking forward to tomorrow, 82, mostly sunny.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow as well. And hey, speaking of tomorrow and the weekends, if you feel like waking up early, me and you will be here in the morning, as well as Aria Ponds, which is always a special treat. So make sure you tune into our 48 weekend show for all of that.
Join us. It'll be fun.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining us today. Have a great one.